we are kicking the podcast to record on. No, we're not. Because it started way back where. Hey everybody, it's checking in YouTube. We're just doing some Bush League things right now. Starting to record right now. Let's do it. We are all the way out here, episode 26 now? I think last week I said it was 15. Not really 15. Last week Nick and I went over and talked about our Draft Buzz Top 300 rankings. They're on the website. We also have positional rankings. They're also on the website. Wilson wrote some verbiage for us to put with that. Definitely some Draft Buzz rules you want to follow when you go through and you want to actually pick out who you want to draft, and I'm about to read those the second I get them pulled up. One is
drafting tidbits.
Yeah, drafting tidbits, and we all live except for me occasionally.
Do's and don'ts.
Because I draft kickers early, all the time. Don't draft a QB in the first 2 rounds. Don't draft a running back by committee when other dominant running backs are on the board. For the love of everything, don't draft a kicker before the last 2 rounds. I do that every year. Keep up with current injuries and don't draft the guy who's out for the season. What was the guy that Womack drafted?
Denario Alexander.
Drafted.
He did that shit in fantasy baseball too.
And it was like 3rd round or something like that. He drafts. I'm going to take this wide receiver. You know he's out, right? And my favorite one though was number 5, Nick. You want to tell us what it is? You want to tell us what it is, Nick?
Oh,
I was waiting.
I was like, he downed his beer and everything and didn't do nothing. He's like, what?
Sadly, it was my father. He was so excited. I think it was in the 2nd round. He pulled the tag off. It was a quarterback, and he put Ryan Mallett instead of Matt Ryan.
It's going to be his year, man. It's going to be his year.
I also wanted to put something on there about knowing how to spell some of the players' names, somehow fitting Jermarkle Farley in there, but I don't know. I couldn't figure out a way to work it in.
But as Wilson...
We just put Funchess.
I know, I just wrote Funchess. Funyuns as well. I wanted to write Funyuns. And as Wilson always says, Draft Bus is not liable for any comments or statements that may or may not hurt your feelings. Suggest that you grow a set and learn how to fight back if you find yourself on the receiving end of any heckling or shit talking.
Hey man, if we give you bad advice, I mean, shit happens.
Tough titties.
Yeah.
It's...
I mean, because you can get... Matthew Berry does it all the time, and he just, signed a new contract or something with ESPN?
Hey, let's talk about that. So, I know we don't really have a thing. We're going to talk about certain things in the show, but what do you think about the new NFL Monday Night Football team? All the guys. So it's what? I think Boomer's the guy still, and then it's Randy Moss.
Yeah, Woodson and Hasselbeck.
Carl Woodson, and then is it Matt Hasselbeck?
Yes.
Okay.
And so, have any of them other than Randy really worked in broadcasting or reporting or anything?
Would you say
yeah,
that?
Randy played worked for Fox last year.
He said other than Randy. I know Matt's wife is on The View or something.
No, that's his brother's wife.
Oh, his brother's wife's on The View?
One of the Hasselbacks.
Yeah, they're all the same. They're all bald and very fragile looking.
I don't know. It's going to be different. I mean, because who left? Tom Jackson, Chris Carter.
Tom Jackson just left. Chris Carter got kicked, I thought.
Yeah,
Ray Lewis got kicked.
And so did...
What about Ditka?
Because he fucking went extremely racist.
Yeah. I think, just watching a little bit from the Hall of Fame game that got shit on, Charles Woodson seems like he's going to be really good. And then Randy Moss is going to be like their Michael Irving that just says whatever the hell he wants. Straight cash homie. Cause
that thick Southern accent. That thing is so thick.
Because he was out there, and I know they're talking about it, he goes, somebody needs to be fired for this, in that West Virginia accent that he has.
Dude, I don't care. I love Randy Moss.
I
did a Spartan race. You guys see that?
No. Only
Yeah.
thing,
Follow him on Instagram. He just did a Spartan race.
I think the biggest thing that I like about him is when he said, "Hey Randy, how you gonna pay that fine?"
Straight cash, homie.
And his
So
hair wasn't his hair just everywhere?
yeah, it was all over the
It
place.
had that just like poof, and then that heart.
But I say that to tell you a story of this time that Wilson lived on Dallas Street in downtown Chat, and we ordered like Papa John's or Domino's or something like that. Ordered pizza, like whatever, 2 large toppings, whatever. And the guy goes, "How you gonna pay for this?" And Wilson literally has the phone in his hand and goes, "Straight cash, homie." And then he like clicked and then threw the phone down the chair. And I looked at him and go, Wilson, we don't have any cash. Like, what do you? Well, you'll just say that we don't have any cash. We can't pay them when they get here.
So
So
I had to call this dude back and be like, "Hey man, I was just kidding. I gotta pay with
It's
this."
like,
hey, I know this is the really cool of me, and I was trying to be really cool in front of my friends, but yeah, well, I got to pay with the card.
I did as a joke. That was a good evening. We had beer 30, and we played NHL. And Andy the entire time tried to fight anyone at any given time on that ice.
I know. I kept like purposely my job. I was the bruiser. My job in that NHL game was to get a fight and brew it.
that's funny.
But so let's talk about this. Our icon tonight is a tar pit on the middle of the field. So what about this Hall of Fame game? What about it getting canceled? What do y'all think?
Do you want me to tell you how fucking pissed off I was?
Well, I was telling my wife earlier about your tweet or whatever like that. Your post was talking about like I was going to watch the Hall of Fame game. Now I have to watch women that are less than 5 foot tall jump around a room for 5 hours. Like,
But it turned out all right, man. I watched fucking Michael Phelps blow by people.
What about his stare? Y'all see that meme?
Yeah, just
It looked like they keep saying it looks like some guy. I can't remember, but
Emperor.
no,
I don't know, dude, but he has a lot of hate in his eyes in that stare.
he really does. And that guy the whole time was just
I mean, I can, as a person that travels to watch football games, I would be fucking irate. Like, I would storm the field.
like if you got there and it was canceled.
Yeah,
Like
if
what?
I got there and they said, "Oh, psych, we're not playing," like timeout. Yeah, you're gonna give me back probably just the face value of the ticket, not the actual price I
That
paid.
you paid, yeah.
And then you're not gonna pay me back for the hotel and gas money. And the only reason why I came up there is to watch this.
So I think it, not only like because of the fans in the way you're saying, Nick, and I know they made this story about like, yeah, the players are going to come out, they're going to talk, they're going to do that. Like, let's not get my picture with every fucking person on that team. I don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah,
it's not going to be worth my money.
Post route, and Aaron Rodgers throws me a touchdown, and
Right.
I tiptoe the sideline.
Right? Like, what the hell? But what I think is, and Philip Tanner, MTSU player, came up with the same thing. So he played in the Hall of Fame game a couple of years ago, and he only got to stay on the roster that year because he blew up in that Hall of Fame game. Like, 2 touchdowns, 150 yards. Like, he did really well. Think about the guys that are on that bubble, and now, what, an undrafted rookie was going to start at quarterback for the Packers that game? Like,
Yeah.
and now they might not even make a team because they didn't have that one extra game to show their worth.
Or get in there. I mean, that's literally a great scrimmage.
It's probably the worst fuck up that the NFL has had in a long time.
Well-
Like, when's the last time you've seen a game canceled for something like that? If ever,
Never.
I've
never seen anything like that
They were
happen.
talking about it.
Well, that was like
It was back
people
in the day in Philly.
for snow or something.
No, I can't. It was something to do with the paint.
Oh, well, like the thing is, like they were even tweeting things and talking about it, like players didn't even know a game could be canceled. Like just the NFL just be like, game's canceled. We can't do anything about it.
Well, I mean, it was only 2 hours ahead of time.
They knew about it before then, though. So let's think about that. So I was telling Wilson, so the SB Nation's Packer page, and it's called Acme Packing Company or something like that. They were talking about, and they went through the step process of what happened. So what was it, a Kenny Chesney or a Tim McGraw concert? Tim McGraw.
One of those shitty pop country people.
Whatever it was, who cares? Tim McGraw's dad made him famous. But
Tug.
but so they had that concert and they covered the field up, and they were supposed to uncover it like that night, and they didn't. They uncovered it the next morning, and they wanted to repaint the logo in the middle and the logo in the end zones, which they did, apparently with the wrong paint, and then it wasn't drying quick enough, so they heated it. They like brought a industrial heater out to a rubber field.
It's like on a fucking NASCAR race.
And directly pointed it at like this thing, and it melted the rubber. And then, like I was telling y'all, the Packers assistant, one of the guys on the Packers sideline, saw him putting like paint thinner on it to try to fix it. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is like a contractor of a contractor of a contractor that Hall of Fame's like.
Sit down there, man. But
It's like, I honestly think us three could have done a better job. Like, we would have known, like, nah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Dude, at that point, they were
scrambling.
Yeah. Like, this thing's going to
point,
start.
They were probably just freaking out because they've never had to deal with anything like that before. And so they're just like, shit, we got this paint thinner over here. Let's just go scrub on it or throw it on there and scrub on it with a wire brush or something.
There's people out there like Walter White in those yellow hazmat suits, just like pouring paint thinner on the center logo to be like, oh yeah, this will work. This will be just fine.
No, I mean, if I was a fan and I was going to it, which eventually I'll plan a weekend around that whole ceremony, everything like that.
Yeah.
And if that ever happened, I'd be irate because you know why? It's in King/Cleveland, Ohio.
The
It's not a top
butthole.
destination.
The butthole of the area, man.
Did you guys actually get to watch it? I only saw clips of the people's speeches.
The actual Hall of Fame induction?
Yeah.
Yeah, I only watched Favre's speech. I didn't actually watch any of it. I mean, I don't have NFL Network, so.
My dad said there was a shit ton of Packers fans there.
Well, there would be, of course, with Favre's going through it. I saw, though, where they posted the speech afterwards, and they edited Orlando Pace saying, thank you to St. Louis out of the video. Like, okay, that's pretty shitty. You fuck up the game, you edit St. Louis out because you're afraid it's going to hurt somebody's feelings or you're going to get sued or something. I don't understand it. I mean, the man played his entire career in St. Louis.
Man, the NFL is pushing a team in LA, the Rams in LA, so hard. They're on
their nuts. Yeah.
Yep.
They're riding it, man. And the only thing is they're ruining the Chargers and Oakland because they're taking a lot of their fans away by doing that.
No, they're not. The Rams are shit. I'd rather be.
I don't know, man. I think people are going to be Rams fans just because they're in LA. It's like you're a Lakers fan. You know, it's like LA.
This is my thing. This is their big fear about Los Angeles is there's so much other stuff to do there. Like, it's always 80 degrees.
They have two. Don't they have two baseball teams?
Yeah, they got two baseball teams, two basketball teams.
What's their two baseball teams? The Dodgers and the A's?
Angels.
The Angels. Okay, Oakland A's. I'm sorry.
They have a
Yeah,
hockey
it's
team
just one of
too,
those
don't they?
things that.
Yeah, they're the Kings. They're not the Kings.
Yeah, it's Kings.
The Kings.
Why hadn't there been a team there in so long?
Well,
And two of the teams that went there fucking left.
yeah. Well, that's one thing.
Because they didn't have a good market.
They did.
LA's not a good market for an NFL.
Well, it's the Knicks' point is there's too much to do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, a lot of those people out there, I don't know. I mean, the stadium's not really in LA. Isn't it like an hour and a half away? Or going to be an hour and a half away?
No, I think it's going to be in Carson, which is like near. I think it's going to be in Carson, which is near LAX, and that's where like the NFL's headquarters are out in.
Oh, well, that meant Culver City or whatever.
Yeah.
They did. I did see where they posted like 40-something thousand people showed up to the training camp.
Oh yeah, people like they're going to eat it up for like 10 years.
No, I don't even think 10 years.
Dude,
Once Jeff Fisher goes 8-8 for 5 more years, they're not going to give a damn.
That's it. He's just going to do that. He's been in there. He's done nothing, man.
Fisher.
That damn shitty
Jeff Fisher did?
flow chart that we saw yesterday was hilarious.
Where it's like, all right, are you above 500? Lose a game. Are you 500? Good. Don't do anything. You above 500? Win a game real quick.
Okay. Oh god, it's so fucking funny.
So, it's crazy.
He's holding that team back.
All right, and speaking about the LA Rams, what about them saying Case Keenum's going to start the season at quarterback? Remember
I don't
earlier
think it's
in the year,
bad though.
didn't they say they're like Case Keenum's our guy, and then they go out and get Goff?
I think teams are now against it.
So it almost seems like they stick with him.
But I feel like teams are kind of doing this curve thing where they're not going to start a rookie the first year.
No.
At all possible, they're not going to start a rookie the first year.
But, I mean, like, think about all the rookie quarterbacks that have started, like, since game one and, like, didn't make it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's
Gabbert,
Gabbert.
Marcus Russell.
Well, you can't even lump him in there. But, like, you think of it, like, a lot of the guys have been drafted quarterback-wise. Who's the last one to come out? Carr and Bortles?
Yeah.
They just start week one, though?
Yeah.
And Bridgewater.
So, and that's my thing is that now, like, this draft was not a strong quarterback draft. And these aren't quarterbacks I think that you can just throw out week one and be like, oh, yeah, we're going to start them. Let's see what happens. You know? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think they want to rush Goff in because he has nothing around him.
Or even
He
Wentz.
has old Gurley Man and Tavon Austin.
What's the other one? Is it Kendall Wright? Or Brian Quick?
They got Kenny Britt, who has hands like Hulk hands.
But I don't know. They should have drafted a wide receiver. Worth a damn.
I don't know. It's interesting. I don't blame him for doing it.
Oh, yeah.
He will be starting by the end of the year.
I think so too.
If they go, okay, so by week 8 or 9, say they're like 4-4. I don't know when their bye is. So, say if they're 4-4, do you think that they'd make a switch then? When do they make that change?
I think if they are drastically under 500, they'll switch.
Yeah, I think if they're 500 or close, they won't switch it at all.
3-5.
Let's switch. Let's switch to 3-5. If
they were, me personally, I wouldn't fucking put them in.
Yeah.
If I'm 3-5, I'm not going to risk the guy that we drafted number 1 overall, who has a shit team around him, to get hurt.
And that part of the reason they took Gurley out a little bit last year.
Kind of Gurley. He's very, very injury prone, man.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he is. I just don't. I mean, he was hurt, but I don't know if he's injury prone. He had like that freak incident, and now he kind of healed back from it.
He had some nagging thing like halfway through the season last year.
I don't know if that was so much that he had a nagging thing, or they were like trying to save him. So, we change speeds a little bit. Like right down here in the bottom corner, there's a little thing that's a gorilla with the American flag bandana, with his date of born and death, Harambe. So Nick and I have been perusing a whole bunch of the internet and finding out about that he really has a cult following. Would you say, Nick? They all do.
A giant cult following,
yeah,
and I am one of them. Abby hates it that I fucking love it.
Dick's out for Harambe.
Dick's out for Harambe.
So, and there's like a bunch of shirts and stuff like that. But the reason we have this week, we won't talk about it. The petition for the Cincinnati Bengals to change their name to the Cincinnati Harambes.
So I mean, I don't even know where this popped up. So it popped up, probably a month ago. So just somebody posted something saying Harambe getting killed. So Harambe was the gorilla that got shot in Cincinnati. Was an inside job, saying that somebody planned for him to get shot. Like they planted the kid to kill him. And of course, today it came out that somebody put a petition to change the Cincinnati Bengals to Cincinnati Harambes, and I'm all fucking for it.
I think it'd be great. And I think one of the funny things, Nick, was it Barstool Sports or the Frat Row guys that posted the 30 for 30?
That was Barstool.
Talking about, we should tweet that link out to get a little publicity with them. I thought it was the funniest thing, like talking about the man before his generation, a national treasure lost too early, or something like. It's just, I think it's funny. I do.
I mean, that's all it is. Is it's just a bunch of fucking college kids And I mean, personally, I still miss being out of college. Like, if I was in college right now, I'd be having the time of my life. But I just find it so fucking funny that he has such a cult following, and it came out of nowhere.
It really did. I don't even know like who pushed it or what pushed it.
I don't know. It just popped up, and it's absolutely hilarious. The Gorilla Glue thing. It was a meme talking about he's the glue that held this country together.
So let's see here. I got one question I want to ask all y'all. Is who do you think is going to be the Cowboys quarterback week 10 or later?
Fuck.
Because we all know Tony Romo is not going to make it out alive. And now they lost Kellen Moore for the year, and their backup quarterback currently is Dak Prescott.
And they didn't sign Nick Foles. That's what's crazy.
No, they didn't. I think part of the problem was that they said they wanted him, and then
like I thought he would go there out of all the teams that...
Wilson's turning into a rowboat on us here tonight, I guess.
I'm having issues, sorry.
So pretty much Wilson said he thought all the teams he probably would have went there. He had the most chance to start, let's just say that, because I don't think they're going to start Nick Foles over Alex Smith, because they very much want that game manager out there. But I think what
fits great into that Andy Reid offense.
Yeah,
well, he did really good under Andy Reid.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a great place for him to go.
Didn't he throw for like 7 touchdowns against the Raiders that one?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was back when we couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah.
That looked like fucking Skynet.
Tracy Porter was our number one
Skynet
out there covering them.
Skynet had the no-fly zone sometimes, though. Well, no, really, it was just a linebacker that could pick people named Nick.
No, we had Wilson Island.
Wilson Island, it looked like Josh Norman at Redskins practice.
Let's talk about how bad he's doing.
Right? I think he's getting burnt, and then Patrick Peterson was not talking shit about him, but definitely saying, like, look at him. You know, like, is he that good?
Yeah, because Patrick Peterson's probably the best overall corner in the NFL, and they're talking about his Madden stats.
That's right.
It was when he got fucking burned, he said a 97, whatever.
Yeah, like, how the hell does he have a 97? I'm thinking maybe it's just some jitters or something like that, because he's better than that, but I don't think he's what everybody thinks he is. He's not like I don't think he's top 5 DB at all.
I think he's a product of Carolina.
I think there's just so many people.
I think he's in a different team now, and he's looked at as like a star player.
And he's not.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you had that line,
I don't hear line.
I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I can mute Wilson. That was funny.
Yeah, if you had
That's good.
Juwan Short and that Carolina defensive line, you're going to be a pretty good damn corner. But, I mean, even last year against the Giants, Odell fucking burned him like the second play of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. He's not as good. He's just not as good as they play him out to be at all. Nowhere close. And like you're saying, he is a product of that defense. You got Luke Kuechly. What's the other linebacker they got that's really good? Last year,
you remember the dude that broke his arm?
Yeah, Davis.
Thomas Davis.
Yeah, Davis. And then even last year they had Peanut on the other side of Norman. So I mean they had better people. I don't think Norman's a top 5. I'm hesitant to say he's not even a top 10 DB.
You just go see Wilson sit on the toilet.
Let's go, guys.
He's trying to get some better Wi-Fi over there, man.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's terrible, though. So professional.
Okay.
Okay.
You see sweat coming down.
Just
Start
sweat
shaking a little bit.
falling down his chin. So we can talk about some injuries. We all talked about it. Rob Nikovic is probably hurts more than what people think it hurts, because that's the only defensive lineman I can think they have other than Chris Long, and he's kind of over.
They got rid of Chandler Jones, and like at the time, it's like, okay, I can see where they can make this work, and then with Ninkovich gone, they have who's on that offensive line?
That's what I'm about to look up. I'm looking it up right now.
Line, sorry.
I think just from a captain standpoint on that defense,
yeah,
that's gigantic. Like
who else is a senior?
I tweeted it out today.
Devin McCourty. I'm trying to think who else is a senior person on that defense, and I guess it's just Devin McCourty.
In Mayo?
Dante Hightower.
Mayo retired, didn't he?
Yeah. Okay, so defensive tackle, they have Malcolm Brown, Terrence Knighton. And then they have, on defensive end, it's just Shareed, Ninkovich, and Long.
They'll have to go sign somebody.
They will.
Who's available?
That's what I'm thinking. It's like, I don't even know who's out there.
Who could they trade for?
I don't think they won't trade for anybody.
I mean, how long is a torn tricep out?
Well, I just saw something come off Roto World that said he's out weeks, not months. So I'm gonna think week 8.
I mean, if you put
Ray Lewis,
yeah, Ray Lewis tore his, and he came back and played in the playoffs.
and won a Super Bowl.
That was Jesus that won them Super Bowl.
It was Joe Flacco. Don't you lie.
It wasn't Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco doesn't do
The
shit.
arm of Joe Flacco.
They played Colin Kaepernick. Like, that's nothing.
Hey, that's when the 49ers
Yeah,
offense was
man.
good, man.
I
Yeah.
don't know about that. I'm trying to look and see about free agents here.
I think if they don't have him or Tom Brady for their first 4 games, that's huge. I mean, that's putting them behind the 8 ball where they have to almost win out to have some sort of chance at the first round bye.
I don't know,
Could
but
this
see,
be the first year that we see the Patriots dethroned because of this?
no,
You don't think so?
no.
Unless something serious happens to them on offense where Gronk gets hurt or Edelman gets hurt.
Well, I mean, Edelman is hurt. He injured his.
He has a fucking foot injury. He had a foot injury all last year.
No, he hurt his knee or something this week, didn't he?
I thought it was his foot.
No,
His
maybe it
surgically
was his
repaired
foot.
foot or something.
Maybe it was.
But that kept him out all of last season.
I think them adding Bennett to where they're
Yeah, that
doing their
helped.
whole 2 tight end thing where they fucking just dominated, they'll be fine. But if something happens to Gronk, I mean, we all know Danny Amendola is going to get hurt.
Yeah, there's Chris Clemens. They could sign Chris Clemens. Greg Hardy.
Ooh.
Could you? I don't know, man. Do you think that they would really do that?
No.
I mean, the last headache they truly had,
LeGarrette Blount. They still got him.
Randy Moss and LeGarrette.
But, dude, LeGarrette fucking calmed down once he got up there.
Yeah, a little bit. There's Stephen Bowen. I mean, there's not many defensive linemen out there. Hardy's going to get suspended again by something. They could draft a linebacker and throw him up there. Not draft, sign a linebacker and throw him up there.
Just get a quick one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know. He's got a plan. He has a plan. Dude's always got somebody up his sleeve. But like y'all were talking about, I don't think this is the year they get dethroned because they're starting out. Their schedule is not that rough to begin with.
I think they start off with Arizona, so that's going to be a loss.
Yeah, but then it's Miami, Houston, and Buffalo. So depending on what happens with Houston, they may blow it out of the water. Who knows? Coming off strong. But I think Buffalo and Miami both are very attainable for them.
Dude, they always lose one of those games to them.
Yeah, but I mean,
where's that Miami game at? Is it in Miami?
Yeah, no, it's in New England.
Okay. I was about to say if that's in.
They're all at home except for Arizona. It's in.
Okay, they should be fine. They'll at least go 2-2.
That's what I was thinking. They would go 2-2 out of that, even if Jimmy's their starting quarterback.
Did we talk about fucking him going Jesus Christ to the media last week?
What happened?
Bill Belichick.
Oh, talking about
Somebody asked him.
week 5? Is there a possibility that Jimmy's going to continue to start or something?
He just goes Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. So I know.
So awesome.
One other thing. Did you all see the stat or the thing they had about when he wears cutoffs versus the rest of the things, like his winning percentage.
Yeah,
No,
so
what is it?
ridiculous.
I can't remember what it is. I need to find it and post it out. But it's like when he wears a cutoff hoodie, he has like 2 losses in his career or something like that. Like it was
Really?
some ridiculous number. Like he's .999, like really high. Like
Well,
it's
that's
like
usually later in the season when that team's rolling, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but it's
can't
just
remember
crazy.
what it was. It's something ridiculous where it's
Yeah.
like a 900% win percentage.
so. I know this might be the last thing we talk about, but it's definitely something I want to talk about. Let's talk about Joey Bosa and how he's a bitch and how Wilson thinks he might be having sex with his mother.
I never said that.
That's me.
That's Nick. Sorry. Nick said that he might be having sex. I know we went to the draft and we saw them walk down the carpet, and it was a really weird.
She was caressing him, like his body, like it was like everybody was like, "What the fuck's going on here?"
Yeah.
Like, people thought it was his girlfriend.
It was a really weird vibe. Yeah, definitely vibe. Like it was just so odd. And when he was getting interviewed by the NFL Network, she's still like back there, just like rubbing his back. Like really, like I'm like, what the hell is
Going
this?
spine to ass. Spine,
Yeah.
like not just like patting him on the back. Like
Nick was like transfixed on it, like he couldn't look away. I remember we were standing
I'm
there.
his mom.
He's just like, look, what is she doing? That's so weird. That's his mom rubbing up and down his back like that.
I know it was really weird, but as the draft bus did, we booed him when he walked out. I'm still booing him at this moment because he's holding out. He's the longest holdout since Michael Crabtree 7 years ago. But the big thing is he's holding out for like two things that I think every rookie signs. It's not just like he's making a case or something like that. It's everybody agrees to it. They've agreed to it since the CBA agreed to it. It's just like he wants all of his money, his guaranteed money, not deferred. He wants it today because what they do in the rookie contract is they defer it over the seasons. So like you don't get like your signing bonus. You get like I don't know if it's spread out for all 4 years, or you get like 60% and the rest of it spread out through the rest 3 years. And then he wanted offset language to be taken out. So if he was cut or traded before his 4-year contract is up, that San Diego still owed him all 4 years, and he would double dip and get another contract from another team, so he'd get paid from both. It's just, I don't know. Everybody else has signed a deal. Like, why not him?
And then what was his mom saying? That they should have done what Eli Manning did or something like that.
Should have pulled Eli.
How terrible is that, man?
the Chargers shouldn't have fucking drafted him.
Nobody should have drafted him.
Yeah, I knew that.
I don't think he would have. We all talked about it. We talked about it during all of our draft stuff. He should not have been a top 5 pick.
No.
No,
No.
like, don't get me wrong. He's gonna be good, but he's like Monte Te'o good, where he's there, but it's not gonna be like a superstar.
No one knows he's there. He's just going to be a regular Joe.
Like, I don't know. I understand.
He'll be above average, but he's not going to be a star like
Yeah,
what Von Miller and Khalil Mack and all them are doing.
he's not gonna be like Aaron Donald, where he just goes
Yeah.
and eats shit every week.
Or J.J. Watt.
But I don't understand why we should have traded him. San Diego's a tiny ass market, and like we just talked about earlier, they're getting all their showtime, their TV time taken away because of Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
So the smartest thing they can do is move to LA. Would you be saying that right now if they said, all right, we're going to share a stadium? No.
What about what do you think his teammates are thinking about this? Like, I would never do anything like this, because
His
like
teammates are saying, fuck him.
yeah.
That's what I'd be saying, for
You never
sure.
know, man. They might say, hey, you got to get your money.
Nah,
I know it's a totally different culture, but like there's still some dudes on there that are like, dude, screw this guy.
like, fuck, yeah. Like,
Being a rookie and you never step foot on the field,
And there's dudes that like are, third, fourth string, barely getting paid, just working their ass off, and this dude's like trying to get, all this money, and he hasn't even done anything.
no, I would think, like, he's going to be missing out pay because he's not going to get any game checks during this time. I don't know how that works. I don't know if he's going to get, like, retro pay or some stupid shit. But, I was going to look and And
Don't they play the Titans this week?
I don't know who their preseason game is.
I'm pretty sure it's the Titans.
Look it up.
Who the Raiders play?
I don't know, but I'm gonna
I
get
think
that.
it's the Packers.
Nick, if you want to come over and watch the Raiders game this weekend, you can.
Hey,
I don't know if I gotta work Sunday, man.
Well, I'm gonna buy that thing. It's not. I think it's Thursday, isn't it? The Broncos game's Thursday.
our first game is at Arizona.
Preseason game.
Yeah, that'll be a good game.
Then it's Green Bay. Sorry.
Yeah, then Green Bay, then Titans.
We just beat the fuck out of the Titans twice this year.
Yeah, we do.
What day is it? I don't know. I don't know what day it is.
I think it's Saturday.
Okay.
I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
It's Sunday. Yeah,
Okay.
they play the shit, man. They play the Titans on Saturday. I'm off. Let's go boo the shit out of them.
The Chargers do?
They're in Oakland though.
No, I'm talking about
Do they play in Nashville?
yeah.
I wonder how much tickets are.
The Raiders played the Titans preseason in Oakland, and then the regular season in.
I'm talking about that, man. I'm talking about the Chargers. Boom Bosa again.
Oh, hey,
We
man,
just make a bunch of O's and send it all the way around.
Oh!
Bosa.
will he even be there?
You what?
Will he even be there?
I don't know if he hadn't signed a contract. I doubt it, but we can still boo the hell out of him. Why can't we boo the hell out of him while we're there?
There's no way he'll sit out a game. Like, he knows if you're throwing away, how much money they get paid a week? Like 20 grand?
I have no idea.
Something fucking ridiculous.
And Wilson, do you know how to look at preseason tickets? Oh, right here.
StubHub?
Do you? Oh, I don't want that. Anyway, I'm gonna look up tickets. We might go and boo Boza. That'd be cool.
You want to talk about fantasy?
Yeah, what do you want to talk about?
Talk about our rankings, man.
Yeah, so they're out there on the site. I think I kind of preluded to it when we started the show. They're out here on draftbus.com, and I'm going to go out here and open the thing again so I can show y'all. So you go to the site, you hit cheat sheet over here, cheat sheet, what are you going to talk about it? And then it'll show you, it has Wilson's little blurbage talking about 5 things not to do. All you got to do is click down here, top 300 or positional rankings, and it'll open up a handy-dandy PDF file that you're able to look at. So Wilson made a comment asking me about David Johnson, but the big thing on this is we averaged 5 different websites and then tiered and ranked the players based off what tier they were in on here, and then of course adjusted for some things we like. So, like, I think I moved Le'Veon Bell down a little bit because of suspension. So, like, he's down here all the way at 17. But they're out there. I think Nick wanted to talk about maybe somebody we would reach for or wouldn't reach for. I don't know if Wilson's got anybody to talk about.
I mean, we'll just
Spitball.
go off whatever.
I mean, I'm not talking about, like, crazy, like, oh, I'm going to dig in deep.
I won't reach for...
Off the top of your head, if you're going to draft tomorrow, who's that one guy you're going to look for in the 7th or 8th round that probably should fall to the 9th or 10th?
It'd probably be Roethlisberger right around there.
Yeah, I was thinking it's going to be a quarterback that you would think would fall, like, down there. And... I don't know, it might actually be... What's the... Laquan Treadwell?
I think he might go before.
I think I would. That's where I would reach on him at because I think he's like a 9 or 10er, but I might go for him in the 7th or 8th, depending on what receiver's been taken.
I mean, you got to think about, okay, with the keepers and how it's been happening every year. You know, we're reaching right around, I feel, rounds 5 and 6. We're already like taking chances because a lot of the good players have already been kept. You know, so I could totally see in our league, in the Bush League, Treadwell going around 4 to 6.
I think keepers this year are going to be – it's not going to be nearly as off as it was last year.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It's going to – I mean, it's going to be kind of like this, where it's like 1 year we're reaching like a motherfucker, next year it's kind of normal. Because I mean, I really don't have many keepers. I'm going more or less value this year.
Well, you say that, and like I'm looking at the list. I'm probably keeping a kicker and a defense this year.
That is so fucking stupid, Andy. Do not do that.
I would keep Phil Rivers. He was still my team because I got in the last round last year. But I dropped him because I needed a quarterback. He's not on my roster anymore.
There are some rule changes this year.
Like what?
Well, one, we're going to a standard roster, and waiver wire pickups. It doesn't reset weekly. It resets every time you do a waiver wire pickup.
So that way Wilson can't lose the first 5 games and get all the good pickups.
Yeah. So there's a couple people that weren't very happy with that. I really think that's gonna.
I like that because that year I went 6-0. I got screwed that way.
Yeah.
And that's like Wilson went 0-6.
You just keep climbing.
Yeah.
I'm not playing in the Bush League this year, guys. I'm done.
That's like what Wilson lives on that though.
I'm great on waiver wire pickups. That's how I build my teams. Really, I mean, like I have a pretty decent base, and I get like 2 or 3 players off the wire that just turn my team.
Wilson purposely loses the first 4 games straight, so he can pick up all the people that show up on the waiver wire.
Like Ben's gonna be bad because I know I've already seen Ben go in and pick up a bunch of free agents this year.
Like over the summer?
Picked up like Ladarius Green. He's not going to be able to keep them.
Because the season's up?
Yeah, the rosters don't open until the draft is submitted, and they ended, whenever the season ended.
When our season ended, not like when the season ended. Yeah, I totally understand that, because otherwise I would pick up Phil Rivers again and try to keep him at 16.
Yeah, so I really don't have anybody, but yeah, I know I told Alex and Kyle that the other day, and it looked like I just fucking punted their dog.
So what's the standard piece?
Standard where we don't have fucking 13 roster spots.
But I like having like the 2 flexes.
No, it's just going to be 1. Like it's where you can't hoard people.
What about is the flex spot now open for tight end?
No.
What about quarterback? I'm just kidding. I like having 2 flexes, though.
You should totally change that spot to now. Since it's only 1 flex, you should totally change it to include.
Well, I would have fucking won last year if I would have done that because I was stupid.
What?
Well, you're making all those changes anyway.
Let's not be a dictator, Nick. Why can't we vote on these changes?
Because me and Ben vote on these changes.
Why do y'all vote on these changes?
Because I'm El Presidente, he's Vice El Presidente.
Hey, man, I've been to the Super Bowl 5 years in a row. I think I should get some input here.
No.
Hey man, I started off 6-0, lost to 2 Saints running backs. That would have got me in the playoffs. I think I should get some input. Guys, I'm starting to think my stash looks weird.
Oh shit, you're actually growing one? It didn't rub off?
Nope, it's not a black marker.
How's the baby?
Just good. I changed the poopy diaper before I got on here.
Did you wash your hands?
I did.
No.
Beard. Hand sanitizer. Good, I go back to work next week. So, but I think that's it for this week, guys. We covered a lot of stuff. Joey Bosa, Boo Bosa a lot. NFL draft bust. We talked about the Tar Pits out in Canton. I think that's it for this week. We're definitely going to have a lot to talk about with preseason coming this weekend. Maybe some good people, some plays. We might start looking at a clipboard carrier of the week. I think if the Hall of Fame game hadn't started, it would have been Aaron Rodgers. But either way, that's it for episode 26. Catch you next week.